Alright guys, welcome back to another BQE video. It's Sunday. The video I posted yesterday, it was Saturday. It's not as windy and it's not as cold today. So we are gonna get started on the Turbo S10 project. I don't think the door's closed. Dang, freaking spider web. So the transmission cooler came in yesterday. These came in this morning. This is just some off-brand, off-the-shelf Dash 6 line. I have Dash 6 line, but that's for the fuel pump. This right here, just to be fine for the transmission, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be the most name brand. These right here are my little pins to fix 2 wire things in there, and I'm gonna use it for this as well, just to see if it'll help. But what we gotta do is, we gotta push the Legend back. Bro, you guys really love the Legend. Like, I had no idea that that's what it was called, but I guess it's a Acura Legend. This is not my car. This is nobody's car. This is a customer's car. But maybe I'll do a video on putting the intake back on and get you guys tips from it. But we gotta push this Legend back. Hopefully we don't run into my Honda. And we gotta jack this thing up in order to do the... Let me see. We gotta jack this thing up in order to do the transmission. So I guess enough of jibber jabber and let's get straight to it. So I don't think you guys have seen underneath the truck. Maybe you have seen underneath. But yeah, this is the... Sorry, I'm moving around here. I'm looking at stuff myself. This is underneath the truck. I did take the time to clean the frame. Now there's some things on the frame I did not clean because I'm going to be getting to that. This should be getting a Caltrax with the 4.9. I already got the pricing and everything. Just got to save up for it. You know what I'm saying? Backyard bills. But I just didn't get to all this. This is probably gonna get primered. Just all primer. And honestly, not the whole thing. Probably just the rusty spots. This truck was given to me, so I'm not complaining at all. But I'm thinking about mounting the transmission cooler. Like, I thought about it right here. But that's like right where the drive shaft is. Boy, that ain't gonna be too good. Or I could go do it on this side. I hate to do it on this side because I do plan on having an exhaust, a secondary exhaust, just in case I want to run on the street. But it's looking like we're gonna have to mount that bad boy like right here, which is not a problem for me. I'll drill up in the bed in a heartbeat. So let's go get the transmission cooler and see what we're up against. It doesn't really matter how I mount it because I'm gonna be doing the rivets. And I went last night and went rivet hunting. So I can already tell you right now, right here is not gonna be a good idea. Only because, dude, if I have like 90s that go here, I'll do it. If I have 90s that go here, boom, boom, and come out, I should have something. But I would like to mount it right there. Maybe not so dang close. Come on, S10, y'all ain't give me no room up back here. I guess they didn't think some guy was gonna do a transmission cooler. Or I can mount it like that. Oh yeah, it's going like this now, baby. It's going like this, so I'll probably turn it so that way I can easily access my lines. So let's just go ahead and mark it there. That's a perfect spot for it. That's cool. So we're gonna do a little mark right there. Mark the center. Oh Lord, I moved it. Mark the center there. Mark it there. And mark it there. Okay. I'll drop my cap. I dropped my cap. I was going to mount it inside the bed like this. That was my original plan, but then I thought it's gonna be hard trying to get transmission. I don't know if you guys can see, like this video, but it's gonna be hard trying to get the fluid to go up, and it'd be a lot easier if it was down and it just puddles in like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get the drilling and marking the holes. Let's get to that. Okay, so I had to go switch my drill out, but I finally got it out. You know how to clean out the holes a little bit. There was a little knot. The blade wasn't sharp enough on the other drill, and the battery died on the DeWalt. So I had to bring out the old Cobalt boy. But the holes are drilled before I put the rivet. Before I put the rivet in, cause you want a little bit of room, but you don't want it too tight. So before I put the rivet in on the transmission cooler, I gotta drill those holes out as well. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm talking about in a sec. Okay, so I thought I was gonna have to drill out the holes up here, but I don't. Because for some reason, you know, I'm using the metric size. And all they have in that are the Allen key bolts, which is fine. You know, I have plenty of those laying around. Not laying around, but I have plenty of the Allen keys I can use. I prefer a socket because I feel like you can get a lot more torque on a socket. But I am going to incorporate these washers. Well, I'm always dropping something in every video I do, but I am going to incorporate these washers. And I just found these washers, as well. Because if you look, it's kind of like the washer isn't like, you know, you won't get a good grip on it. But I'm thinking about putting this washer on top of this washer, but that's too much. That's too much. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do this, bada bing, bada boom, put that in like that, and I'm glad I can able to slide it to make sure that I'm getting getting it in there properly. So that's great. I'm glad I don't have to drill that out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop these rivets in. Used to guys see me do that plenty of times. So I don't know if I've properly shown you guys how to use the riv gun. This riv gun is a Dolly from Harbor Freight. They do have different models. I like this one. I do want to get the 90-degree one just in case I go into some tight areas. But what you do is you can see, like you see it going up and down a little bit. So what I like to do is do a little bit at a time. So you take it up there, you screw this baby all the way on, just like this, and then boom, you see how the nut is holding the pliers in place. I really hope you guys can see this demonstration. And all you do is you put this baby up in there, and you squeeze it. That's it. And you take it out, just like so, by twisting this bottom screw. And hold on. Literally, you have threads inside your piece of metal where you never had threads in. Now, on my other white truck, I really wish I used these, but now that I'm older and I'm more wiser, I understand that these are a really freaking great tool. So now that you know, you go ahead and go to Harbor Freight, get you a Dolly, and your project cars will be looking this much better. But let's get to it. Okay, so I was like, man, I really wanted to test out this fan to see how powerful it is. So I hooked it up to this DeWalt battery here. That's pretty much dead. So I don't know which one's power and which one's ground up here. So I just put in the two random ones, because I ain't gonna run it for long. So it was like this. And I was like, man, that's not gonna pull or push nothing at all. It says, wait for the fans to stop. On one of the blades, it says push. So, well, P-U-S-H-E, pushy. But I hook it up to this battery that is good. Let me make sure it's rotating the right way. And look at this baby. Dude, that's gonna push a lot of CFM. It's gonna cool it down pretty good. But up here, it's not pushing. It's pulling. So I'm going to switch the connectors because this thing is pulling. So ground, this black wire must be the power. Okay, so we're going to hook it up to power, and blue is going to be the ground. So we're going to try it again. Yeah. This thing tried to spin off. It just tried to spin off the whole entire whatchamacallit. So we're gonna go ahead and get this baby installed, and I'm gonna go ahead and wire it up today, I guess too. We're gonna see. Yeah, the oh, I didn't show you guys. Hold on. We got the transmission cooler all mounted up. Now it's time to do the transmission lines. So this right here, when I got my transmission rebuilt, the guy had already put one of these in the back of my transmission, which was right here. You know, it was just threaded in like that. Of course, it was threaded in all the way, but I just now took it out because now, oh Lord, hopefully I didn't mess my threads up. Because now I'm going to be upgrading to this AN line fitting. That's just for that. At first, for some reason, Q wasn't thinking, and I had it. Hold on, focus. And I had it in this one. And if it goes in, if it goes in, it goes in. It stopped. And part of me was like, okay, we have a problem. But the other part of me was like, you know what? I'm gonna just get my crescent wrench and tighten down on this baby. But then I was like, nah, man, let me just go ahead and take my time and take this one out. So I took this one out, and now, if I put it in there like that, it's going to go all the way in, just like that. But now what I want to do is get a socket and put on that, and not my crescent wrench, wherever that's it, or monkey wrench, whatever you guys want to call it. Find a socket and put on it, and I'm going to do my return side of the cooler. I'm gonna do one line at a time and one fitting at a time. That way I do not get confused and get them crossed. I don't really think it matters which side it goes on the cooler, but we're going to see. You guys have seen me make AN lines before, but I don't know if you guys, I don't know guys if I showed you how I cut it. So what I normally do is I take me one of these babies, put some tape on it, and try my best to get as center as possible. Okay, hold on. Part two, part two. Dang. Okay, I'm gonna get this recut. But thread lock tape ain't that hurt nobody. I've never taken a fitting off, and I've used a 90 there, and I thought a 90 would fit right there, but to my understanding, it is just, it's hitting right there, and it just does not want to go on. So I've never taken a fitting off, ever. Today might be the day. Let's go put a 180 on, I guess, and see what happens. Oh man, so guys, I got it in. I got the win. I got the lines mounted. I do have these -6 little grommet things. I like these way better than zip ties. I was gonna do zip ties, but I'm gonna buy like a crap load of these and then just do them real nice. If, as you can see, I'm just doing real nice and even. I did not end up taking that line off. What I did do was put some heat to it. If you can see that a little bit, I did put some heat to it because I did not want to take that line off, that fitting off. And I am able to take it on and off. It is a little bit of struggle, so I might have to go back and heat it up one more time and dent it again. I think 1 or 2 good hits from the ball peen, should do it. This line, this line was simple. There's plenty of room here. Ran it all the way over here because I really hope it's not in the way of the draw shaft. As you can see, I kind of offset it just a little bit so the draw shaft should line up like right there. Even though it's not going to hit it, you just never know if it is going to hit it or not. And if it is kind of close, I would just take the transmission cooler and move it over. I got plenty of line. It's not going to hurt anything. I did go ahead and get these two plumbed in. Hold on if you can see it. I did go ahead and get these 2 wires on, And just to make sure that everything works properly, I think ground. No, ground is the power because I've noticed. Hold on, let's see. So the only thing is it's pulling air. Let's see, let's see, let's see. See, it's going the right direction, but I want it to. I feel like if it's pushing up, then it's gonna put a whole bunch of debris and dirt on the inside. Let's try it one more time. See, now it's, hold on. See, I feel like that's going to be a problem for me. So I really think I should just have to ground on the negative side. And yeah, I really think I should have to ground on the negative side like it should be because I feel like if it's pulling air in, it's just gonna pull all types of debris and mess up my little fan blades in there. Not my fan blade. It's just gonna mess things up. But guys, everything is plumbed in. I like how everything's ran. I was gonna go ahead and run this wire, but I want to get some more wire, and I'm thinking about running it along the side, on the inside, or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna see how I'm gonna run the wires. I'm just gonna run these to the ignition, so every time the truck cuts on, this cuts on, because I don't want to forget to turn on my transmission fan and blow up my transmission one day. It's just gonna be a mess. But thanks for tuning in, guys. You know, it's been a long journey. If you're watching this video, we should be at like 600 and some odd subscribers, maybe more. I'll post this video later on in the week, only because we're getting closer and closer to our goal of starting this thing up. All I'm waiting on, guys, is the freaking fuel pump and putting some fluid in this baby, and we should be good to rock. But with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more action.